Why is this happening? Almost 1 month has passed since the plague has spread throughout the village. Many have perished. It is the same as when this very same disease first attacked many years ago. There was only one person I was able to save back then. Florence. She overcame her trial through her strength alone, and the whole ordeal made us the closest of friends. Yes, God has a plan with every trial He puts us through. Surely even the one we are facing now. That is why I continued to pray. Oh Lord, please save everyone. But as time went on, the number of deaths only grew. Then, after countless days of praying, something strange happened to my body. My body transformed into that of a witch. Witches are evil monsters that devastate the world, the source of plagues, disasters, every kind of misfortune. Their very existence causes people to suffer. Why is this happening to me? No. This is surely another one of God's trials. He would never put anyone through a trial they cannot overcome. Oh Lord, I shall overcome this trial you have presented before me. So I beg you, show me the way. Not long after that, a letter of summons came from Her Holiness. It was like a sign from God Himself. Information about my condition was written in the letter, as well as the existence of a method to heal it. Thank goodness, my prayers have been answered. Oh Lord, I am eternally grateful. In order to face this next trial, I set forth towards the heart of the Holy See, where Her Holiness awaited. In the letter, Her Holiness gave permission for my friend to accompany me. She must have been referring to Florence. Thank goodness. I was actually quite worried about going alone. If Florence is with me, though, I have nothing to fear. Nothing escapes Her Holiness's eyes. Florence is my dearest friend, the single most important person to me. When my body transformed, she was far from scared, holding me tight and assuring me that everything would be okay. No matter what cruel trial awaits, if the two of us are together, I am sure we can overcome it. I am sure. Hoping to ease any fears that still troubled us, we grasped each other's hands tightly as we presented ourselves to Her Holiness. But she took one look at me and said, "Damn you, witch of calamity!" No! As I felt myself collapse from shock, Florence held on to me. She gave me a gentle smile, then approached Her Holiness. Fortina is the one who saved my life. There's no way she's a witch who would bring about disasters. Florence did her best to gain Her Holiness's favor on my behalf. Thank you, Florence. It means so much just to hear you say that. Then suddenly, I felt as if a strange light flickered from Her Holiness's lance. Am I imagining things? Her Holiness immediately looked at me, scoffing as soon as our eyes met. She then handed Florence a sword and said to her, "That witch conjured the disease that brought you to the brink of death. Kill her." "Florence, what's gotten into you?" I feebly called her name. But I was only met with her frigid glare. In her eyes, I was nothing more than a monster. "You filthy witch," she said, raising her sword towards me. Florence! What? Filthy? No. You would never say something so horrible. She's my dearest friend. No matter what happens, I'll believe in her. That's what we vowed, didn't we? I trusted her with all my heart. So I held my arms wide open as she approached me. But without even hesitating, she took her sword and cut me down. It hurts. My wound burns with pain. But what hurts the most is that she did this to me. Wait! Don't go! I stretched my hand towards her as she walked away. But not once did she look back. Don't go! Florence! I slowly crawled towards her on the ice-cold floor. But she still didn't turn around. She only had eyes for her holiness. Florence gazed at her with the same adoration she had always given me. The moment I saw that, something inside me broke. No. This is all a delusion. It's not the world I know. Florence would never do such a horrible thing. I see. This is what the Lord desires. He has guided all that has come to be. He speaks to me, demanding that I purify this twisted world. If he wills it, I must obey. I shall tear asunder all that is impure and pass his divine judgment. After passing God's judgment for days on end, a glimmer of light appeared before me. It was Florence. Standing next to her was a man I did not recognize. The light that poured from his staff purged every one of my swords from the land. He was like a messenger from God. Bathing in his light finally freed me from my trial. Then, everything became clear. The girl who kept reaching out to me despite all the pain her body was in was the girl I know and love. My dearest friend. I'm so sorry. You came fighting to save me till you could barely stand. Yet I doubted you. I said that you betrayed me. Even though I vowed to believe you no matter what. But we will never be torn apart again. This bond between us has gotten so strong that even God himself cannot sever it. After all, you are my dear knight.